The thought that came to me this morning on October 23rd, 2022 is mastering your emotions and feelings. And I've tweeted, I put this quote on social media before that we can either become the master of our emotion and feelings or be mastered by our emotions and feelings. And what's the difference? The difference is that you see things as they are. You may have comments that you feel are not appropriate. You may have actions, things that people did that were not appropriate, whether it was placing their hands on you, kicking you, beating you, calling you outside your name, misusing your body. You know, there are so many things that we go through when we talk about parenthood, because as you know, I am a mother of two, a boy and a girl, which I feel was, of course, divinely orchestrated, given everything that I have been through. Being the child of a single parent, my mother raised us. Um, my father dealing with drugs and alcohol and being abusive towards my mom, physically, emotionally, socially abusive, basically projecting his pain on her. And one of the things that I said to my husband this morning is that um, when I was in situations that I felt like did not honor me, it mostly friendships are work related, that either I have to change or the situation has to change. And my mother, one of the things that I quoted in my memoir, my manuscript, um, out of the out of the wilderness, is that my mother said when she left my father, she thought he's not going to change, so I need to change. I needed to change, and her change was she packed us up, took us, got Greyhound bus tickets, two suitcases, $4,000, and she left Memphis, Tennessee, um, going um, going to what going west, or actually going up north to Illinois. And so many things that we can go through. My mother, even just thinking about her going through those 4.5 years of um, feeling, questioning her identity, fear building in her, um, just really being shocked by someone else's transition of treatment from going nice to not being so nice. And she was the example. She was the example for me when I thought about today, mastering your emotions and feelings. Because part of mastering your emotions and feelings is taking yourself out of situations that do not honor you. And because often we can beat ourselves up, the longer you're in something, you start questioning your identity. You start questioning who you are. You start questioning, am I at fault? Did I cause this to happen? Karma, all kind of thoughts that enter your mind before you eventually start identifying with the situation and believing, instead of just thinking, but believing that you are whatever it is that happened to you, whatever pain that someone projected on you. And it's not just about leaving, but and putting yourself in hopefully a better situation, but it's about not identifying with that experience. It's about holding true to the identity that was placed in you by your creator, by our creator. Because I believe that yes, life gives us tests. And yes, we choose our thoughts, we choose our actions. And so the responsibility is always on us with what we decide to do with an experience, what we decide to do with data, the anger, the fear, the frustration, the disappointment, the doubt, the shame, the guilt. All of that is data that tells us there's something going on. There's information that is trying to come through or come out of us that is not of us. It is not who we are, because anytime it can lead to diseases, rare conditions, cancer, basically your body eating up itself, where the DNA goes wrong because of this information we have taken inside of us, and that is reprogramming our body, the nervous system. When you think about the nervous system, it is the communication channel within our body that communicates with every cell in our body, every cell, your brain, your digestive system, if you're having digestive issues. And many people have talked about this. I've mentioned Louise Hay in her book, you can heal your body, or you can heal yourself, and how that information can cause havoc on something that was not meant to happen. We have the keys within us to make the choices, or to choose our thoughts and our actions that will be life sustaining, not draining us. And you've heard of stories. When I think about purpose, and I'll talk about this tomorrow on Fulfill Your Divine Purpose. I heard about it when I was a little girl and living in our first home, our first house. And I heard about a very popular singer and how he had gotten in trouble. And I was thinking that, at that time, that I didn't want to be have wealth or rich or fame, because I kind of felt like, does it transform you? It transforms you into something else, and it's not that it transforms you. And Tony Robbins has talked about this, but it brings out those things that you haven't dealt with. That projected pain, the identity confusion, where you have taken on the identity of what someone did, or that person. You have become that person. You have become whatever it is you experienced in life. And when we master our emotions, we say, no, we're going to hold on to our truth. I'm going to hold on to my innocence, regardless of, what someone did to my body, misusing my body for their reasons. I'm going to hold on to my innocence, because I believe that I am innocent. I believe that upon arriving to this earth, I have a degree of innocence in me, because I was made by love. I was made by what I thought as a child, something that really loved me out there. And that the things I go through are life tests. They are the tests that resolve that is in me, that innocence, that love, that desire to live, the desire to help others, to serve. That I believe throughout life, we get these tests to help mold us into this product that is full of compassion, that is full of hope, that is full of love. And I believe that's what Jesus was. When I think about seeing the passion, and it was pivotal for me, and it confirmed some things about how we are to treat or react to our experiences. And he was on the mountain in Passion. He was praying on his knees, praying, and there was this evil presence, very pale presence, that with a dark hood. And I assume it must have been Lucifer, or the male version of him, as Christ was considered the male version, if you will, of how the characteristics of God, how we should be. And so Lucifer, there was a snake that was swarming its way over to Jesus, and Jesus kept praying, and he did not move until he was done. And he ended up looking at this figure, this male figure that was in the shadow. And it was the male figure was caught off guard, like, oh, you see me? And it was almost like in so many words that Jesus said, I see you, but I'm not going to stop what I'm doing. I'm not going to stop what I'm being. I'm not going to stop my relationship with God because of what you decide to do. And he stumped the snake. And so he didn't allow the experience to define him. He put it back where it was, and that I see what you are doing, but that is not me. I will not change who I am. And I believe that is what mastering your emotions is about. It's about, I see what you are doing. It does not it does not change who I am. I choose who I want to be. And so many people, and including myself, I've been there where we've given people permission to identify us, given people permission, those words, those actions, permission to come within our subconscious mind, our internal garden, that holy garden, the sanctified garden, that spiritual garden inside of us, to transform who we are into something we are not. And I believe that is a conscious awakening within us when we refuse to identify with our experiences, when we refuse to let go of our true identity. You know, often we're looking for stuff to help us feel good, whether it's drugs, it's sex, it's the company of others, it's belittling others, calling them outside their name to boost our self-esteem, and not realizing that the foundation that we are building off of demeaning, demoralizing others, off of dehumanizing other people, off of projecting our pain, that foundation is not strong. Because often we've seen people fall hard to a point that they have transitioned from this earth. We have seen people develop, things happen where people are not happy. They're not true. They're not happy because what you have done to others, you have first done to yourself. And that is the word. You have first done to yourself. Mastering your emotions is realizing I don't have to belittle or demean someone else to feel good about myself. I don't have to cause other pain, project my pain on others for someone to notice my pain, to know what I'm going through. I don't have to do that. What I have to do is go within and say, what have I allowed? Assess, what have I allowed to come within me? And piece by piece, taking it, pulling those weeds out of your garden so that they don't continue to foster and grow. Because as a parent, we don't need to continue pain in the next generation. There has to be an awakening that occurs and say, yes, I have experienced this, but my children will not. Why? Because I choose. I choose to live differently. I choose to show them how, and it was an aha moment that everything I believed about children, that children should have, they should be happy. They have the right to be curious and to desire to want to do something and love life and just enjoy their childhood, that they are miracles. They have a right to enjoy their lives without the opposition of others. And having children is an opportunity to show, to demonstrate your love, to demonstrate what you believe children or how children should be raised, what they should experience. When we change that, when we look at, I'm going to make sure my children experience the things that I experienced that were good, that were helpful, and even more, that we help our children to see that we do not have to give in. We do not have to give in to our experiences. We don't have to change who we are. We don't have to become sad and have disbelief and lack of faith in greater good. We can choose to love life, to love people, to have compassion, to grow, to evolve, to do the work that we're here to do, to serve others, despite how they are. Mother Teresa said that. Some people may not like you, but do it anyway. Some people may criticize you, but do it anyway. That is mastering your emotions and feelings. That we move forward with nonviolent behavior, like Dr. Martin Luther King, nonviolent behavior. That in order to seek justice, justice is not sought by just violence. Justice is sought by mastering who you are and respecting others and showing people how to treat others. In every moment, in every opportunity, we get to show our true identity, or we get to take on a false one. We choose. We can choose to think positively, and as a man think, so is he, so shall he become. James Allen, as a man think, as a woman thinks, so you shall become. So it's like, who do you want to become? Despite everything that you have been through, my question I leave for you today is who are you? Who do you want to become? Do you become what you've been through, or are you greater than that? Because if you choose to become what you've been through, then you are mastered, not by yourself, but by an experience, by illusions, by projected pain. But if you choose to master who you are, then you remember, deep down inside that you are not your experiences, that you are greater than that. And some people say it's easier said than done. You know what? It's a process. Everything in life is a process. And it's about what we believe is often what we show in the world. What comes out of us are our beliefs. And we change our beliefs one thought at a time, one thought at a time. And then we be conscious, we strive for consciousness with our behaviors to reflect daily and as needed. Reflect on who we are. Don't wait a week. Don't wait till Sundays. Don't wait till the weekend. And many people are probably doing that and waking up Monday morning and it's not enough time to reflect on what it is you want to do or who you are. Take time daily to reflect on your experiences and what have you allowed inside of you. And set up a shield of truth, that you will speak the truth, you will live the truth, you will be the truth, no matter what. This is Tamika Chambers with Create a Generational Love Cycle. You have every right to be who you are, to be truly who you are, to see the experiences as an opportunity to reflect your truth. Not as someone is after you or the world is after you, but as an opportunity to reflect who you are, as a test. Life is for you, and it wants to bring out the best in you. I'll talk to you guys soon. And don't forget to check out Fulfill Your Divine Purpose for getting to the heart of the matter. Too many people are having heart attacks, are having heart disease. That's the center of joy. That is the center of our garden, our spiritual garden. And we're letting too much come into it and not enough of reflection of its spiritual grounding, of its spiritual purpose. All right, talk to you guys soon. Take care of yourself. Make this lifetime great, because no matter what you've been through, you still can. Believe it.